YouTube. Today we are watching, is a 9 to 5 harder than a streamer? What is harder, you know? Me personally, I think streaming is harder. It's not.
How you gonna disrespect your mom like?
Got a clip shit. I'm already knowing it's mad hard. It's mad hard though. Mad hard.
Oh, she is right now.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
I think
So you're
So it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is you would have to actually have to go to work.
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent.
Yes, I still work.
That's your choice.
That's what I'm playing video games. I play video games on my spare
I
time.
don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
This nigga has Sharpie tattoos on, by the way. He's wildin'. Everybody but Max.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
So my argument here is
Why is it so
that
quiet?
streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing.
Okay,
You're-
see, and that's the thing exactly. Before Lacey goes off on this nigga, King, not everybody's making pennies at a 9 to 5. Like you can make bread with a 9 to 5, bro. You just gotta work.
Right, you get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's
Streaming is
sleep.
still
You don't
harder.
have to focus. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties,
Nah,
maybe
uh-uh.
you sign a few envelopes,
Nope,
answer a few
nope,
phone calls.
nope.
With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7.
Dead
It's like a
ass.
switch
No,
that
when
never
you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier,
Dead ass.
I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking
carrier.
day.
By who?
We have to
Still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of
Bullshit.
people critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision
That's
we
just
make,
talking
every
about that
thought
ass.
we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish
got
I
it
had it
made.
made like y'all.
We don't have to
I
go-
wish.
Okay, so look, he says, "I wish I had it made like y'all." So nigga, just do it. If it's so easy, just do it. You see what I'm saying? Like he's just talking his ass. I'm not gonna lie, he's just talking. If it's so easy, then just do it.
Sign a few envelopes and put them in a
I hope
mailbox.
they say that.
We
You
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
Should I
idea?
go through every
Oh my
day?
God, I have to
And got
stream
dogs,
today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got-
high energy
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit,
stuff.
I gotta slave just for
wanna
100,000 a
finish
year. I gotta
just
work
started.
double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple.
No
as that.
shit, like
guaranteed pay. If you
No,
work,
I
that's
don't.
your decision. If you don't want
I
to work,
gotta work at the job for
If I don't go live,
What is
I
he
don't get
talking
paid
about?
either.
We don't gotta deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's.
Oh, Rob saves thousands while they save one at a time. Dead ass, Jason. Look, no. Oh, I've been streaming for it's finna be a year, and when I get back from my uncle's, it's gonna be a year. That's crazy. Now I might gotta do something big. Not nothing too big. I don't really do shit. I don't go outside. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a year of streaming. And Gianna, for that entire year up until last week, it's been nobody in chat. So I don't know how I've been going this long. I'm gonna keep it a buck. IRL with the guys. If my uncle takes me, I want to do like a mall stream. IRL mall with somebody else. I want to do a mall stream and we all do some shit. You know. I thought that'd be fun, but niggas is mad broke. How long you gonna be gone for? Till this. Hold on. Till Sunday. Do it when you get home, maybe. Yeah. Oh no, when I get back, no. My anniversary, Paul. That sounds crazy. My anniversary is the 7th, actually. I'm tripping. The guys who put your house, you don't gotta buy anything though. No, I'm not broke. I'm just talking. Look. I get back. I think I'm gonna go live Sunday, but it's gonna be mad late. 'Cause my parents get back home mad late, so it's gonna be mad late on Sunday, or if not late Sunday, then Monday. Then on Tuesday, I'm going to my dad's. He lives in Houston, so I'm not gonna go live till maybe fucking bro. I don't even know. So from now, y'all gonna get like 2 more streams out of me. Then I'm gone till the next week. Then after that, we're good for the rest of the month. Oh my God, summer's almost over. GG's. GG. Yes, you are. GG.
Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this. We have to create content live. I don't get paid either.
You don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this. We have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man,
Exactly.
that's what I want to do.
Exactly.
That does not define shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single
I
person
have
in
like
this
3
is
more
not a streamer?
months.
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
Dead
That's
ass.
their fault.
I get called fat
School is
all
right
the
around the
time.
corner.
Oh, so what? I can call fat, chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's your
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, I
Somebody
think you right,
flying
homeboy.
bats
You right.
or two.
But check this out, my nigga. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, we do
I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
These uncles and aunties, I swear, I promise you, bro. Like 2.5. Oh damn, nah, you're lucky. I promise you, they would not be able to handle thousands of death threats, my nigga. These niggas get death threats every day. Hey, cause everybody's so parasocial. So all the psycho niggas that get into this, they start getting into deep. Like Zoe got they fucking doxed her. Like it gets serious. Your life is very
I think she got
endangered.
something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raised your flag. Is there a
Extra.
reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because
retired?
I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work.
Yo, okay, they're making it. I'm sorry for pausing, but like, yo, they're making it seem like it's so crazy to wake up and do something. Nigga, you spent 12 years in school doing the exact same thing you're doing now. Yeah, they find so much about you, like they can find your whole ancestry and address in like 2 minutes. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I show y'all my hallway. Bro, I open my door, I'm cooked. I can be cooked if I open my door. You see what I'm saying? Like niggas could dead come in here and just like nuke my shit. But lucky for me, bro, 3 houses over here are like, they're all modeled the same. So like either I have a 1 in 3 chance of getting doxxed. So it's like if you guess right, I'm cooked, but if not, then I'm chilling.
Work, and I had to
That's
deal
not a
with
good
not
thing,
only
though.
adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day. Too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey's Thugs are.
As long as they know
You
your
not know
name
who the
and
Lacey's
state, they
Thugs
can
are?
do
I
it.
can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a
But
picture.
like everybody that can do something, they just choose not to. But when you make them mad, nigga, it's over with.
You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that-
out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture? You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's going to last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why
cook,
you gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers,
That's
you
slurry.
had nothing.
All your
No one
YouTubers.
watched
Nah,
you
auntie
anymore.
is
I didn't even
69.
watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work.
How are you going to disrespect your mom like
Wait,
that?
I'll restart the video on. Yeah, see, no more soundboards. Oh wait, that's what it does. Oh, that's ass. Okay,
How are you
sorry.
going to disrespect of, oh, you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point.
My fault.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there. You
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I'm gonna have to backlight. Yo, Lacey, this is the truth.
Now they're too old to not be able to have a good point why
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Did we get a brand deal?
is
I gotta
better
post
than
on
streaming.
Instagram
I don't know,
story.
like,
I gotta go
not
find the
better.
4 local cans. I gotta make sure, I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention, you have to do work. It ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you.
From 35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism back in the 60s
brother.
and the
Let's get
50s.
serious.
People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So, yes, a 9 to 5
BLM.
is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3.
Okay, look, their point is basically, right? They're saying that it was harder back then. Now, my nigga, how do I tell you? How do I tell you? Back then it was harder because you were black. If you were Twitch chill, I'm black too. But look, I'm saying if you were born like you had a different like a different randomized race when you were created. Like in the skill tree and shit. So like your skill tree, like you got the perks of being black, a woman. Power to all the women. But you kind of got the bad RNG at that state of like being black. No, okay, you're chilling. But back then, no, that was some bad RNG. But like right now, we're good.
7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Basically-
Nope.
Have you ever done
You get spoiled. No. You get spoiled. And your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving
we all
it to you.
struggle
Rhonda,
growing up.
I got a question for Rhonda. I got a
This nigga
question
did
for
not
Rhonda.
struggle
Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed
That
for.
ain't even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards,
Facts.
see your family,
Facts.
relax. We were on camera 30
Yeah, my
days
first
straight.
stream,
No
bro, I
personal.
was
Yo,
exhausted.
parties
I
are
wasn't
ready
even doing
to
that.
have.
When did you get a break? You
bro, it
clean,
was-
boo-boo?
When have you
I was
been
there
a
just sitting
3-minute ad?
You
When have
clean
you
up
ever ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute ad?
You pass trays, you
Never ran a 3-minute
short-handed.
ad.
You
Talk
don't
about the fake
outlook.
relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now keep.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
social
every
media.
little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging
got
you
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex
I
in
got caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But
I mean-
mental health, mental
That-
health.
she's a
When you
demon.
stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you? Do you?
No, that's not. You can't say
and
that.
that's a big problem with younger people.
You can't say that.
You care about what people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
That's
job.
our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving
Slurs it.
one.
No, they're wild. Nah, hey, Ron is spitting. Look. To add on to that, right? I'm gonna let the video play. It's that long. But basically, streaming is harder
So you said
mentally,
30-day
but
subathon,
obviously,
right?
Yep.
My argument is that you guys, none of you guys
Who is
actually
this
did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
this nigga
editors,
has
your
no-
producers.
no,
all these people back
no
here are the
slur,
ones
no
doing the
J.
work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
Clock that shit.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors
Physically,
from these
socially,
companies
mentally, and
that
yeah,
have
yeah,
9 to
literally.
5s, right?
They
These
don't have the
companies,
skill to
hold on,
do that,
hold on.
but mentally,
These
like,
companies
you
are
be
not
tired
viable
as that.
without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
That is.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you know?
I have worked a real
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Honestly, laughing.
They laughing at that saying what?
I actually feel like they're wrong.
I don't know about mental. Hold on, cause in all seriousness, like if they swap roles, if she has to do a 24-hour subathon, 24-hour stream, and do a 24-hour surgery, she's gonna start crying. I'm dead ass, mentally start crying. But he's not gonna be able to save that person's life. They're gonna just die. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like, I don't. Who cares? They're describing Ron like I don't watch these videos. If you're watching the Phase video, you know who Ron is. Am I slow?
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed
true.
to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah, when you go to
guaranteed.
work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you?
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier
Facts.
than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to
They're just
school
throwing
for
around
most
further than
jobs,
model.
like certain
Yeah,
things
nah,
like a
they're
9 to
wild.
5. If you
Please
wanted to go
don't
work
ban
at
me,
Foot
please.
Locker, I could
They're
go to Foot
wild.
Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
In fact,
So according to you, a job is
Yo, chill with the
easier or
flows.
harder based on the guaranteed pay. That's one
A
one
9 to
aspect of it.
Working
right?
at
Yeah.
Foot Locker,
Okay.
working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant. There
Oh,
was
we're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
what do you-
talking
what-
about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to
that's
start
one
with though?
way that
But it
it's
doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started
You're
with
not
pay.
even.
point?
You
What's
keep
his point?
switching it. So why
I'm
don't you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to
letting me
pay?
eat
I worked
it,
for
what are you
4
doing?
years
This nigga's
of
just
streaming. I didn't
talking.
make a
What's that
dollar.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing.
Wait,
It's
how long
like,
do you stream for?
Years of streaming, I didn't make a dollar.
well, what's
Exactly,
your
that's how it is, bro. You
definition
gotta
of
be
hard?
dedicated. If you're not dedicated-
That's the thing. It's like what
Nigga, if I make PB,
is
It's like you need
difficult.
creativity.
That's all.
You need
Okay.
to
That's
get
my
out
goal
of your
for
circle,
PPM.
comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually
I need new
make
emotes,
people
deadass.
believe what you
Emotes are
believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just
Yeah,
for a different audience.
what the what?
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is
Yeah,
entertainment.
Entertainment
But
is.
Wait, my nigga, who doesn't get paid for if you work in if you're keyword work, if you work in entertainment, you're getting paid. Like he's just talking.
My question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah, yeah.
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying
people
the
give me a
word
headache
hard
now,
means
facts.
to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity.
there's
Some
hard-
people
Like,
around here said, oh, I got to
he's
wake
just
up
talking
at
about some-
7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with
What?
millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you
deal
have
with
your
yourself.
phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is
hilarious.
picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a
No,
bunch of
they
people.
no.
and
This
having-
nigga dead ass thinks that they turn they go on, bro. Oh my gosh, he thinks they pick up their phone, press record, and they just start getting money. Like that's just not how that works, my nigga. Like it's obviously variables to this shit, bro.
multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks
Same with
coworkers and
stream.
interpersonal
I'm
things.
saying, what?
Tell me how
Segments.
much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are
Yo, they're not-
talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff
What?
that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye.
His face swag even stream.
So you have a lot of flags.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. She's right in my way. We're good though. Yeah, we good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because
This
there's a mental
nigga, hey, hold on, my nigga. Gang, she's not letting your old bald ass crack.
Get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's
can't
hard
see
because
you.
there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you been on
berated.
social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
So what happened?
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Yeah,
So I
what is
can
he
answer a
talking about?
couple.
It's just
So you were
talking.
saying like to go back to the beginning,
that
you're
is
saying
not
like
even
you
in
can
this
manage
call
like
right
your
now.
time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely.
though.
About to kill myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there.
No, we have not.
Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said,
So every human that's not a streamer has been there. She's just talking.
you have
bro.
a support system. I moved across the country from my parents
Stop
at
snapping.
the age
Oh,
of
yo.
19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than
savings,
my rent.
yeah.
So I was
You
losing.
were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support
Why are they
system?
laughing
I don't like
at
why
that?
she's laughing, bro.
Yeah, why?
I have a
This is
question.
real.
You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I
He was
lived
a
with
kid.
my mom. I was 16.
Yeah, this nigga's a bot.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
I think she might like I don't want to bro, she might be retarded. I'm not even joking. So you can work a 9 to 5 and still live with your parents. That does not mean you're privileged. It means you're just a kid. Why are they snapping? They're just dick eating. I'm not gonna lie. But regardless, you can there's nigga, I can get a censor warning, a job and still be in this house. Like I don't understand her. She
But
might
my mom,
like her brain.
how's that privilege? Before you
It's
go there?
privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents.
I'm saying, what?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's
to
a whole
5.
different
That's what I'm
discussion.
saying. That's
So a
not
lot of
fair to
people
say.
don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to
opportunity-
LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed. So
You don't know what size Ron's house was either. She's just talking. She's dead ass just talking.
Well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't
you
know
don't
because
know
I'm
what
not.
I'm saying.
I didn't set my
Yeah.
goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say we just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question. Would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings.
But I-
to
He
have an
literally
audience. And
fell
even
off.
If you do
He
lose all
literally
your
fell off.
followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So were
school.
we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
I'm done, bro. No, Adapt been going crazy. That's crazy. Adapt has been going crazy. That ass.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
This
Gabe.
nigga.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys
I
do
think he
work,
dyed his
but you do
mustache
not work as
like
hard as
eyebrows
people who
black.
have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, I do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful.
That's the same.
Because if
oh
they
my gosh,
do
bro.
something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers
same way.
because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have
That's just not how that
you have
works.
A large following
That's just not
enough
how that works.
Where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs.
That is not listening, bro. He's literally just standing.
They get potentially
I'm just
homeless
talking
or
about it.
worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people
gotta
that
grind.
do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay.
and years
Okay.
and years and hours of trust
All right.
and
Facts.
communication
Sacrifice.
and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look, the
you
things-
don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at
No,
the
I see
same
what you're saying.
time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal.
what you're
Like
saying.
the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job
Some
and then
streamers
be
do
there
wake
and
up
like
early
be
and stream.
on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're like, come on,
man.
We have to-
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out
That
playing
nigga
Call
does
of
not
Duty
look
Church
12
Hobby.
right there, bro.
I
You were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if
So
that's
I had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years.
I can't even
right?
trick shot.
And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years.
Okay.
Right?
All
And then I had to do FaZe Clan,
This
build
nigga that
FaZe
dude
Clan
got
out,
mad lore.
fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Yeah, when I was
Was it just you? Like,
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts
how
on
would he
YouTube
build it
of
with no
me.
one-
Okay,
No
well,
one
where
had
did
a
YouTube
problem
come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing. And
what
if
you
it
did.
didn't
What?
exist, if it didn't exist, you couldn't press play, you couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just
a-
talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come
The
on,
same way
guys.
niggas
Your
built their
credentials are
following.
playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to
I'm
get
so
so animated,
animated, bro.
It's okay. We understand.
He is jealous. He's very jealous.
I'm Vicky, and my
Hair and makeup
perspective is
artist.
coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys
What does
just
he
this
even
is
mean
I
this
know
is
how to do a 3-strand braid.
just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
is
So-
very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You
lot
never
of jobs
sit
to do.
down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you. I
breathing
built a
in.
house.
You're breathing in
Nigga did build a
toxic
house on
chemicals all day.
All right,
Okay,
can I?
no one told you to choose that job, okay? For one, just talking about breathing in toxic chemicals, nigga, you chose to do that. Like, I'm confused.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your
physically
thing is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet. Listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
Mine's saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a mic.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You
that's
can't
true.
1080. You can't hold a controller
Talk to
and
him.
make a 200K montage.
Talk
You
to him.
can't.
Man.
No one in here.
Come on, man.
None of you
True.
can.
You can carry some. Just
No matter how much of a
and
control
you have
sounds,
to
it's
do
not
that
wrong.
for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
It's
yes.
taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never
Yes, I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No,
all
no.
of the
Wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No.
You
Listen,
have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry
Keith
streaks.
Kim
You
with
don't know
his
about
mic
hit
repair,
markers.
1,000
But when you're done, you're
You don't know
done.
about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked.
If I rendered my video in Vegas.
Underline.
Listen. Okay, I see what you're saying. This because they're older, they don't understand. If they knew, look, okay, there are some 9-to-5s that are obviously harder, but if it was so easy to if it was that much easier than a 9-to-5, why would everybody choose a 9-to-5 over streaming? See what I'm saying? Like, if it was that easy, no one would choose 9-to-5 over streaming. I mean, no one would choose. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't
My
understand
argument
that.
here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
They stream every day
Your
too.
main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing.
Dangerous?
You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't
How many hours
guys-
a
like
day
almost
do you
100,000
trick
hours.
shot?
when I
How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be
Y'all
in the
left
right
and he's not
spot,
trolling.
throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drip.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around
That is
IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
That is very true.
Wait,
They're laughing. That's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
crackhead ran up to him on stream and
I almost died.
almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted
him.
his
It was-
thoughts.
Yeah.
Silk is high in energy, IRL, and GTH. I don't, okay, never mind. I've been watching something since Max and gone. I need PBM to come back. PBM.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. I am
Librarian.
very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
Okay.
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes,
not
all
about
that.
the
You
qui- I'm
know,
about
because
quiet.
it's who you are. That you know, we
librarians
create
don't got
social
classes. It's
media
probably
all
the
the
most
time
easy job ever.
because that's what we are.
Boy.
We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact
fivers.
and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
You have false energy because you're
False
across the
energy.
screen. You're not interacting with people like we
know how
do.
many-
So what are we doing right
Not
now?
interacting.
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating?
What?
That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know
That's
about
facts.
going out into the club.
If I did not have PBM, bro, I would be a very, very depressed person. I swear, I promise you, bro. I promise you. If I did not have PBM, all right, kids, time to play a 15-minute booklet, and they'll play audiobook for the rest of class. Now that's that's low key true though. That's low key true though. But nah, they're not wrong though. They actually help niggas stay alive. Like, I'm not gonna get into that, but nah, PBM's like that nigga.
Tonight,
he can save my
staying
life,
out till
but,
2,
like,
3
that
o'clock
nigga,
in the
he
morning,
definitely helps.
trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you
I have
can
a
get
good ass
dressed.
life.
you was
so
having
get-
fun.
That was just a
Hell
crime.
yeah.
Okay,
So what I'm saying is like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
Okay. Now,
You don't gotta touch somebody for
Shit's going on.
you go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that your
drunk,
choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
What do you
chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's what's
do what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people too.
minds. No,
What-
you are
Auntie,
not.
Do you know how many
Auntie,
things
what?
we did?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think,
entertainment?
Oh my
Of
God.
course, I watch.
So do
entertainment.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I laugh.
So then the interaction.
touching
with you-
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm
Did it
watching
make you- wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like,
coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a bang
fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all right.
Yeah.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social.
proving their point.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real.
Let
How
me
come when I
make
go out
my
in
day
public
work,
and I meet
so.
someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You're my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking, their
day.
hands shaking.
No,
Like
literally.
you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had
Ben
kids come
10.
up hundreds of times
Ben 10.
throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. Bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and
it.
say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Because
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
she works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect.
They almost saved
No
my
disrespect,
life.
but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't want to watch because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, well.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just smacking meat.
Yeah, well.
Hey.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it
You
fun?
gotta make it
I
fun.
could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
is jealous.
But-
You on his diesel.
You on his D's.
okay, so look, right?
I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
thank
yeah,
you.
Thank
Oh.
you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No,
use
no,
that.
no,
wasn't
listen, listen to the time
sarcasm,
that I
nah,
wake up.
Oh, I wanna be. You're ruining the immersion. This piece will be all quiet, I swear.
I wake up
Gosh,
maybe
bro.
3, 4 p.m.
Stupid ass
You know what I'm
ass.
saying? I'm already
ass
drowsy
facts.
because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No, let him.
No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He got Chanel
I
earrings
never-
like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit off your face.
Chops.
Cool,
So he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals, but probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrubble
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no
Show
money.
me him on
Now
the
look,
phone.
probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know
fried.
the-
You know what's crazy?
My mind is-
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
You
today.
already did my ear.
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
What?
You're losing me.
I'm saying, what are you talking about? What?
I don't know. Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
That gotta be no.
He has no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to just say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said-
I'm an
you
introvert.
said-
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
Superwoman.
I'm a superhero. No
Method
king.
Man.
Jason. Nah, Jason's been going crazy.
Uh-oh, here you go.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck. No. I believe.
Okay, you're
Streaming
totally
is so
moly
much
overreacting on
harder.
facts.
Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that
Does he
I
have
loved
Shizuku
so
on his?
dearly
yeah, he's trolling.
because
He's
I
trolling.
chose
He has
streaming.
Shizuku tatted.
So
He's
my
charging.
question.
Nah,
again-
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you
PMO,
love it
nah,
more
low
than
key.
you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to do.
so you
with
lost the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a
You
9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
That's
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe 1,
But
2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though.
No, that's my point. That's my point.
Streaming is harder
Was
than 9 to 5.
that
That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag.
He ran up a
He
bag.
did it for a bag.
Throw Lady
But the
back
thing is,
in the
it
back
comes
with
to
the
a
wig
point.
out of here.
Do I
Which
pick
one?
love and
That's
a
somebody
future
auntie.
with
That's somebody
someone
mama.
I care dearly for?
I'm gonna let her rock.
Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
for you? Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick
Facts.
motion.
Facts. Go with glasses. Oh, the
Lala Costa.
right here.
Lala Costa? Yes. Amazing name.
Lala Costa. Yeah, she's.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If
Yes,
you had
yeah,
an
nah, auntie.
opportunity to
I
get
have no words for her.
a
I'm not gonna
9
let her rock. Somebody
that
grandma.
you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
She's
No,
trolling
but
for me.
I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I started.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm,
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
all the time.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That
I
TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm
Yes.
saying if thousands
Baby,
of
stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
And
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
I didn't understand that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I fought you. Exclusive to Cartoon Music. Oh, so I've never seen her talk yet.
Nice to meet you.
Alyssa, professional model.
But
Okay.
I've worked since
This
I
might
was
be
a
the
kid
easiest
of
job
14.
here.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more than a 9 to 5, and I also think
Where did Lacey
everybody
go?
in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of
We wouldn't even
everybody
have a
here
chat.
trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was,
like
just,
you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
Bilingual's
No,
hard.
no, no. But
So many.
specifically what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. You know, it's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
game.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You,
So
you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't
Just 'cause
get
he's
lucky.
good.
He put in hours.
Yeah, no,
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think
Silky
people
went to
who
school
don't have a
too.
job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best.
That is
So
true.
how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
this
the
hard
best?
work and all this
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
it?
I got
No,
fourth
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
So
you're
that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's
1%.
pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
were.
talent. They have
They
a
were-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
do you
know how
do?
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So
I don't even want to get into that. The only lucky thing they got was to be born into a body that big. That's literally it. That's the only lucky thing they got. This nigga LeBron grew up with no dad. I'm not even gonna get into the lore. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let her keep spouting nonsense. I'm not gonna lie. She's bullshit.
I said a lot of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that.
How do you get a shot?
You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why are you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
Damn, that is.
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general.
What do you?
And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
You gotta make.
It wasn't
yourself-
luck.
Like you gotta.
I just saw an opportunity.
Yo,
and
what she doesn't realize, if you want something, you're good, bro. If somebody wants something, they're gonna go get it. Like if you want to meet the right people, you're gonna put yourself in a position to meet the right people. Go to conventions with all the actors. Go to whatever. You can, bro. I'm not going.
You just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout.
Especially nowadays. To the
It was
internet,
simply
bro.
just, you know what?
Nigga, you can meet anybody.
I'm talented
You
at
don't
Call
know
of
who's
Duty.
in your
This is what I
videos.
want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
Why is she laughing so hard?
Freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing
gotta
video
work
games,
for it.
so.
Facts, man.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and
couldn't
do
do
what
it.
I do.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't-
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do
Anything
it.
that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger, dude.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were
Please,
growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like,
motivation,
wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
do you not
content,
think if you're talented at
maybe.
something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to
Ooh,
understand.
that's I can't argue that because
Y'all could
I
never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep it a
shit.
buck. There's a
He got
disconnect. You
killed
come from
when he-
a
he's
generation
big dog.
where this didn't exist.
Ryan,
It's a
pipe down, little bro.
You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
and it's fun. But it's like
And
again,
that's
it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fun.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to
This
meet you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were
Ronnie
talking about
Saab.
job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed?
My,
like
what does this mean?
taking it back to
I'm not employed.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
Same
reinvent.
thing you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
Okay, and
And
so the
then-
alternative for falling off is getting a job. Holy shit! Sorry.
But if you lose a job,
You
can't-
just get another
No,
one?
you can't search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of
So maybe
uh,
give
of
a better
walking through
I
my
uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did
It's
you
just-
wait?
it's-
You
it's-
uploaded 7 videos and,
And,
didn't
and
get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job?
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling. You
still
You were chilling. You weren't good at your
He's
job.
waiting for.
when cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
that's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9
go
to
like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a
That-
talent. You
ma-
can
that's
master
the same
it with,
shit?
you know, sorry,
But people
my
play.
nephew.
Millions
that is
play
true.
video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted
good.
at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent?
Mozart.
Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do
So,
this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm saying
I mean, there's
very
people
surprised.
out there who are genuinely.
If this
the
ball-
big-
They
the
have
most-
their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm
At that
saying
point.
this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You couldn't. You
Perhaps.
couldn't.
You wouldn't
You
even-
couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't.
Qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it,
I know,
but
So like,
What-
but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh, it's
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
own.
do you how
and
do
you
you
can
know how do you
master.
know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I've
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
And were you
It's
top
not
1,000?
Professional level
Not
because that's
even.
not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say
come on,
it's
Swag.
yours is harder?
What
how do
is-
you know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work,
Uh-huh.
and editing, and filming, and
Japanese-
constantly
I'm just talking about
having
pure
to
skill.
innovate
As far as like the
and
videos and stuff like
Sweaty
that,
zone.
just off pure skill.
They're sweaty.
I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
yeah.
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you
Yeah,
get
what
a
did he say?
refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what. No, I don't. But if I want,
but Excel sheet. You could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
show-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
As
refreshes
a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
What?
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
And but let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's
the fuck?
so let's pay for
Who do you
her,
think you are?
Whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No. That's
Okay.
all. Pay me, I'll get the job
I
done.
babysit, just sit there and give him a bottle and watch Elmo, but then put him to sleep. Nah, facts. I mean, that's different though.
I would say,
I mean,
in a
that's different,
sense,
though.
yes, because
But like,
you
you're
have
getting
to
paid
put
by
in
like
the
an actual
work.
company. It's like
and you got to be
Like,
on
you guaranteed
24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era. So it's and technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with Carl. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we
Lacey and
appreciate
Suki
and
left
respect
mid.
where
Yeah,
they
she-
are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
I mean, you just don't
My
understand.
mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
But
With
how
smart
though?
security
Like,
and energy
they
management,
literally
Vivid
like
makes-
it take bro. You're not gonna stream for 7 years with no positive feedback and keep going. You're just not. You just can't. Your brain couldn't handle that because you knew when you were applying for college to be a professor or whatever. You knew you're gonna have security and the fact that you're gonna be able to get a degree and what the fuck and whatever you want to do. Regardless, that was a good vid. W-Phase, probably best vid on this channel. Deadass, best vid on this channel.